So today I want to dive in and talk about my 10 favorite automatic watches. Now all of these watches are absolutely value packed. They are. And they're budget as well, costing between $40 and $120. That's it. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive right in. The links to the listings will be in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. And now let's get into it. I want to tell you about this Terami stunner. So the code here is TRM6801. I think this is the perfect competitor watch to the turquoise steel dive SD1953 because I do have a soft spot for the steel dive SD1953. I think it's a great all-rounder, but this one is priced just as well but features slightly more premium components as well as the refinement looks better. Let me tell you about it. So this Terami does feature sapphire crystal with a very clear and more balanced magnification of the sapphire Cyclops. It gets a self-winding automatic movement, the Seiko NH35. We also get 300 meters of water resistance, just like on the SD1953. The 120 click unidirectional bezel is very precise, although if we talk about the sound, well, the SD1953 is probably a bit more... well, it's just a little bit better, I would say. Although if we talk about the actual experience and the rotation cycle, they're about the same. The lume is absolutely superb on this watch, yet there are two features which destroy the SD1953. But before we get into them, let's mention the dimensions. We get a diameter of 40mm, a lug-to-lug length of 53mm, a height of 12.5 without the Cyclops, 13.8mm with the Cyclops. The lug width is 20mm and 16mm at the clasp. The weight is 170 grams. But if we go back to those two features, which make this a more attractive buy than the turquoise steel dive SD1953? Well, firstly, the blue of the dial is less loud. The turquoise is more sky blue. Also, it fades to the black at the rehaut. This gradual radiance coupled with the sunburst effect looks amazing and very expensive. For number two, the bracelet as a whole is better. It gets screw pins, not push pins. The tolerances are very high, but the ultimate win lies in the milled clasp, which offers fly adjustments. For $65, this is an amazing, stunning piece. Brand new model for Cadisen, the C8232, priced at $68. This is a stunner. In fact, one of the best looking Cadisen divers I've seen in 2024. But if looks are a subjective area, the components, the refinement, the bezel action, and the automatic movement are quite objective. Let's start with the dimensions. We get a diameter of 40mm, a lug-to-lug length of 47mm, a height of 12.1, a lug width of 20mm tapering down 18 at the clasp, and a weight of 170 grams. You'll agree the dimensions are impressive. For a mid-sized diameter of 40mm, the lug-to-lug length of 47mm is as nimble as you'd expect on a 38 or 39mm case. So anyone with a wrist circumference of 6 inches and over should be experiencing no overhangs with this piece. There are several dial variations, the black with a ruby red seconds pointer, a navy blue with a bright orange pointer, or the ivory white with the turquoise pointer we have in front of us. The dial is perfectly symmetrical and balanced. The frame date window at 6 o'clock keeps distractions to a minimum. We get 100 meters water resistance with this watch, and it's warranted by a signed screw and crown as well as a screw down case back. The dial is topped with sapphire crystal, and of course the 120 click black ceramic bezel is polished to a stark glossy black. Unlike many older Cadisen bezels, we get a pleasant amount of resistance pull. The weight is consistent throughout the rotation cycle, the clicks are vibrant and clear, and yes, it aligns at 12 perfectly. Also, there is minimal, hardly any backplay. And this is another Cadisen, the Aqua Diver C8232. It was actually released a couple of months earlier in 2024, but it's also relatively new. Priced at $60, it's like the evil twin of the prior mentioned C8237. While that one is a sophisticated and quite reserved diver watch with a cleaner and strict demeanor, this Aqua Diver associates with a bad boy image, well, in my eyes. The dimensions are a diameter of 40mm, a lug-to-lug length of 46.5, a height of 12.3, and a lug width of 20mm. It does not taper. The matte black ceramic bezel insert is wide, set into a tall and mean-looking steel unidirectional bezel. Check out those wide rectangular threadings. The grooves are deep and notchy, almost brutal by appearance, yet so convenient for controlled rotation. The rotation is more heavy than light, with consistent resistance throughout the rotation cycle. Minimal backplay and on-the-dot alignment at 12 o'clock put a smile on my dial. The steel case and bracelet are brushed throughout. The bracelet features a one-link design. As a result, the tolerances are high, yet fluidity is slightly hampered. But it should still drape your wrist quite comfortably. Also note the bracelet does not taper at the clasp. The dial is another exciting place to be. All indices bar 12 o'clock are circles, with a larger diameter at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. But at 6, the circle is actually the date window. The orange highlights add flavor and sportiness. If we take a quick look at the lume here, amazing bright blue, and it's just so rich. Longevity is great, brightness is great. I absolutely love it. So just $60 for this bad boy. The Boderry titanium diver has so many premium features which equate the watch to something special altogether. But there are two specific cherries on top of this cake which the competitions hate with all their envious green little hearts. Firstly, this is an own design. Secondly, it's offered in titanium, like this piece in front of us, or in bronze. With regards to the dimensions, we've got a diameter of 41mm, a height of 11.8mm, a lug-to-lug length of 47.4mm, and a lug width of 20mm. The black ceramic insert is polished to a high gloss. The white 0 to 60 minute numerals are actually lumed, adding a chilly blue hue to the formidable luminosity of the hands, indices, and the honeycomb pattern on the dial. With regards to the honeycomb dial pattern, this is not something new, yet Boderry is the first to fire the honeycomb up. The network of green lid hexagons create a lasting impression on the wearer and awestruck bystanders. Visual appeal aside, the practicality of this titanium diver is supreme. Considering titanium is less prone to the elements as stainless steel, it's also 30% lighter and 40% harder than stainless steel. The watch is powered with a Japanese self-winding automatic movement. The rubber strap further elevates the sporty nature of the timepiece. Incorporating a silicone strap embodies a seamless marriage between robust durability and refined flexibility, offering a tactile experience that is both luxuriously comfortable and decidedly resilient. Overall, Boderry have enhanced the watch's status as a sophisticated tool for the discerning enthusiast, illustrating a thoughtful balance of form and function. It's a Pagani design PD1726. The watch is different. It's a diver watch with tons of character and almost a season special because it is white. On the dial and the 2/3 of the ceramic bezel insert, it's all white. For $75 we get plenty of good stuff, such as 100 meters of water resistance, a fully stainless steel construction powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic movement, the NH36. As well as that, it features a sapphire crystal. It gets an exhibition case back and a screw-in crown. The lume here is applied to the dial as well as the indices, so very cool stuff. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 41mm, a lug-to-lug length of 53.5, a height of 13.5, a lug width of 20mm, and a weight of 150 grams before removing any links to fit my 6.5-inch wrist. And it's actually the first Pagani design I see with an inscripted Riho. So we know that Cadisen does this, but now Pagani design has taken it on as well, and it looks really, really good. Also note the minute chapter ring, blue for the 12 to 4 o'clock and red for the rest of the hours. We also have a date complication here. The sapphire crystal is slightly boxy, just curving up just above the 120 click unidirectional bezel. So for $75, this is a gem that is very budgetly priced. Looking for an everyday automatic watch that blends heritage styling with modern specs? The Pagani designed PD1719 might just be the best value under $100 on AliExpress right now. It's built around the tried and tested Seiko NH35 automatic movement, 24 joules hacking, and it offers full 200 meters of water resistance thanks to its screw-down crown and case back. The dimensions here are nearly perfect for most wrists. You're getting a 39.7mm case diameter, a 12mm thickness, and a 20mm lug width, with a bracelet that tapers to give it a clean, versatile look. Judging by the fit on the wrist, it sits compact and balanced, even on slimmer wrists. At 144 grams, the watch has a reassuring presence without feeling overly bulky. Let's talk about the dial. It's a clean piano black with oversized lume-filled applied indices, and the 369 Explorer style layout gives it that classic tool watch vibe, with polished accents catching the light just enough to elevate the overall feel. The bezel is fixed and high polish, and keeping the focus squarely on the dial. The crystal is synthetic sapphire, flat, clear, and scratch resistant, which is amazing at this price point. The bracelet is also a pleasant surprise. It's brushed on top, polished on the sides, and held together with solid end links and a milled clasp. The Seestern S407 is a bold, unapologetic homage to the legendary 600T diver watch. But it's not just a copy. It's a capable modern tool watch in its own right. At 40mm in diameter, 13.5mm thick, and weighing 173 grams, it's compact enough for daily wear, yet it still has the heft of a serious diver. The short 48mm lug-to-lug length, paired with a semi-integrated stainless steel bracelet, means it drapes comfortably while retaining that squared-off, flat-flanked case geometry. The horizontally brushed flanks flow into a sharply cut unidirectional ceramic bezel with a precise notched edge, tactile, grippy, and easy to operate. The bezel insert features clear minute markings and luminous pip at 12. And in true diver special style, even the date wheel at 3 o'clock glows thanks to full BGW9 application. That's rare at this price point or any price point across AliExpress. The sapphire crystal sits flush with the bezel, ensuring a seamless profile and excellent scratch resistance. The 316L stainless steel bracelet tapers from 20mm at the lugs to 18mm at the clasp, with short, chunky links for fluid wrist articulation, and a secure milled clasp engraved with Seestern starfish logo. Turn it over and the solid screw-down case back displays a deep relief of the Great Wave motif, a nod to both marine heritage and Japanese artistry. Inside beats the reliable Seiko NH35. This is an automatic movement featuring 24 joules, hacking, and 41 hours of power reserve. With 200 meters of water resistance, a screw-down crown, and a robust build, this is a watch designed to work hard, whether you're underwater, poolside, or enjoying its unapologetic tool watch presence. The San Martin SN0129 GMT blends business dress elegance with tool watch practicality. At 39mm across, 13mm thick, and just 46.5mm lug-to-lug length, it sits comfortably balanced on the wrist. Add in the 20mm lug width, tapering to 16 at the clasp, and the proportions feel modern, compact, and versatile. The bracelet is a classic 3-link setup, brushed on the outers with polished centers, held together with screw pins for easy adjustment. The clasp is fully brushed with beveled edges, signed with the San Martin hexagon logo, and equipped with a milled folding wing and on-the-fly adjustment, the kind of detail usually reserved for higher price tiers. The flanks are flat and horizontally brushed, interrupted by uniform polished bevels that carry through to the lug hoods. Beneath, a brushed lip defines the screw-down case back. Up top, the fixed bezel is a layered composition, a brushed edge framed by a polished chamfer that catches the light before stepping into the brushed steel 24-hour scale. The geometry is clean, technical, and deliberate, and rising just above it is the boxed synthetic sapphire crystal. It gets anti-reflective treatment and is slightly domed. On the right-hand side of the watch, we get something special. So here we see the signed screw and crown, which measures 6.4mm in diameter, and it sits neatly between pinched guards. This pinch shaping isn't just aesthetic, it makes pulling and setting the crown far more intuitive, while lending the profile a sporty elegance. The sine crown threads smoothly, and winding the Seiko NH34 GMT movement feels confident. And then the dial. An emerald green that radiates from the center and fades almost to black at the edge. Its sand-textured surface gives it depth, like shifting desert dunes. Applied chrome batons mark the hours, except at 3 o'clock where a beveled date window takes position. The San Martin logo is applied at 12, while at 6 we get GMT, automatic and 100 meters. The handset is baton style with BGW9 lume, joined by a red GMT hand with a luminous arrow tip, and a seconds pointer with a red accent, both adding energy and symmetry to this dial. We have the new Pagani design PD1719, an exciting tribute watch, a shock-resistant diver watch, completely stainless steel construction, and it's a 300-meter water-resistant diving watch, warranted by a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back. Dial options are sky blue, navy blue, or this bright orange. For $60 we get plenty of good stuff, like a boxy sapphire crystal raised just a tad above the steel 120-click bezel. The PD1719 is powered by Seiko NH38, a Japanese self-winding automatic movement with 42 hours of power reserve. With regards to the dimensions, we get a case width of 42.7 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 46, a height of 14 millimeters, and a lug width of 20 millimeters. The weight here is 170 grams. This is a chunky watch. The crystal is slightly domed, and surprisingly, it does get anti-reflective treatment here. The side profile of the case shows a combination of polished and brushed finishes, adding depth and sophistication to the design. The watch features a classic coin-edge bezel with precise machining for easy grip. The tool watch aesthetic is functional and rugged, yet still elegant with a lean form factor. The bracelet features a secure and signed double pusher clasp with a milled wing. Pagani designed PD1692 is a stainless steel sports watch measuring 39.7 millimeters in diameter, 11.5 millimeters thick, and 51.7 millimeters lug-to-lug due to its protruding end links. Brushed lug hoods flow into the brushed bracelet for a seamless transition, while polished case flanks and a polished fixed bezel add contrast. A flat synthetic sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating sits up top. The glossy black dial uses wide, sterile Arabic numerals for maximum legibility, with lume on the hands and markers that's strong for this price range. A green seconds hand and matching automatic 200 meters text at 6 o'clock gives subtle color accents without distracting from the clean layout. Inside is the NH35 automatic movement with 24 joules, hacking and hand winding, running at 21,600 beats per hour with a 42-hour power reserve. It's proven, easy to service, and keeps the watch running reliably. Practical features include 200 meters water resistance and a screw-down crown. With sapphire solid finishing, dependable movement, and everyday versatility, the PD1692 offers a grounded, capable package. So what did you think about these 10 pieces? Do you actually own any of these, or are you looking at any that interest you? Do let me know in the comments below. Also, the links, the affiliate links to all of these watches will be in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.